What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, tigerfitness.com. So as you guys know, hypertrophy is kind of my thing. However, what I do kind of for a living, I own a facility called Legacy at Carbon with my buddy, friend, partner, Bryce Beal, along with Brent Laffey, who owns the Overall Carbon Performance in Franklin, Tennessee. We're also going to be offering online programs for kids training. Keep an eye on this page. We're going to have it up soon. It's going to be awesome. That way, if you don't live in the Nashville area, we can still hook you up. But anyway, I want to talk to you about something that I've seen a lot of strength coaches, and I even saw Dr. Mike Israetel chime in on if all athletes should run. And there's been a lot of conflicting ideas on it, and I'm actually kind of nuanced on the situation because I look at things, how can we create not just a better athlete, but a better human being? How can I create somebody who can actually do things functionally in life, who when they're done playing sports, they're out of their teens and their 20s and they're 40 years old and they're just trying to get by, but they still want to be able to play with their kids. They want to be able to, if they're about to miss the subway, run to the subway. I want them to have those mechanics and I want them to have those movement patterns in place where they don't injure themselves by doing it improperly. Also, we got to look at different modalities on how to influence cardiovascular development. There are multiple ways to do that, but I want to go over that, and I also want to keep this as short and to the point as possible. The bottom line is, not only should all athletes be able to sprint, notice I said the word sprint, but they should be able to do it with perfect form. And beyond all athletes, I believe all able-bodied, non-handicapped human beings should be able to sprint at least 60 to 80% of maximum capacity. And let me tell you why. Sprinting is something that humans are supposed to be able to do. We are bipeds. And when I'm coaching somebody and I'm working on their energy system development, also known as ESD, there are so many ways I could do it. You're right, I don't need to run. However, when I'm coaching 50-year-old retired men who just want to be better in life, when I'm coaching 16-year-old D1 recruits, when I'm coaching D1 athletes, when I'm coaching 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, I always focus on proper mechanics, proper movement mechanics of each thing they do. For example, if I'm doing lateral mini bands, I'm always doing opposite arm, opposite leg, cheek to cheek with the hands to get proper arm movement. When I am working on, let's say, a tennis player, they need to run really fast between point A and point B. If you look at ping pong players or table tennis players, they need to have very quick movement and reaction. However, one thing that caused a big uproar on Twitter once in the strength training community, which a lot of you guys probably aren't a part of, is there was a guy who posted a training program he had for off-season girl volleyball players, and he had them running 5Ks. If you haven't noticed, a volleyball court, it's not even 5K. You can run back and forth on that thing 100 times. You still haven't run a 5K. The problem is the specificity of the training was lazy and stupid. There's no reason why I want a sprint-focused athlete to ever do a distance run. There are more ways where I can elicit that cardiovascular need, that cardiovascular desire. I believe Mike Israetel brought up, why do fighters run? Why are boxers running? Good question. Funny story, when I was getting ready for my first fight in 2015, my coach, who knows what he's doing, but boxers are different. My coach wanted me to do 3 miles of road work a day. That's 3 miles of running. After about 3 days, my knees were about to fall off. So I said, Coach, this ain't gonna work, bro. I'm 220 pounds. My knees have been through a lot. What do I do? So we opted for hill sprints on grass, and we opted for swimming and bicycle riding as lower impact on the joints. However, getting back to should all athletes run, long distance running, I think that's very specific. I wouldn't even have soccer players do distance running. Soccer players, you have basically, there's different lengths of soccer fields based on development. Let's say it's 100 yards, football field, right? You have 100 yards. At most, a run for most soccer runs are gonna be between 10 and 40 yards max. You make a run and there you go. So you have that full sprint. So I'm working on different things with that running need. For example, for a soccer player, you have a lot of stop and start ups where you're waiting, you might be jogging, and then boom, you have to go. So I'm gonna work on acceleration. Now in running, there are two different phases. There is acceleration, which is the first 1 to 5, maybe 10 steps, depending on the athlete, stride length, etc., where you have dorsiflexion of the foot, which is basically toe pointing up, and your body is leaned forward. Then you have absolute speed. Absolute speed is after acceleration, where you're standing upright, your knees are going, you're driving your foot against the ground, and you're getting that absolute speed. That is your top speed. Then, of course, you have to say there's a transition, 2 to 4 steps in between acceleration and absolute speed, where you build up. So, I have my fighters, my wrestlers, my boxers, they run, okay? I have my football players, they run. Okay, I have my tennis players, they run. My power lifters, they do sled pushes, they might do sprints. It's all about power development, and it's all about also teaching someone to be a good human being. And I'm not saying not running at all is wrong. Well, Mark, what if it elicits too much pressure on the joints? That's why God created the Airdyne bike. If you're ever at Legacy at Carbon, I want you to stay for one of the sessions. We do the Airdyne bike for Tabata. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for 8 total rounds. It's 4 minutes of work. It will elicit in 4 minutes the equivalent of 60 minutes of medium intensity, steady state cardio, basically jogging at a fast pace. So what I want to do is I want to create the energy systems. That's called energy systems development, AKA ESD. We could do that in multiple ways. But one of my favorite ways to do it, aside from the Tabata on the Airdyne or the Versa Climber, is a phenomenal option. I'm actually thinking, Bryce, if you're watching this, remind me to look into some Versa Climbers for that corner of Legacy to get. I want to elicit that energy system because the more efficient your cardiovascular output, the better your athletic ability, the better you're able to lift weights, the more reps you're able to get with the same amount of weight, and the healthier you'll be long term. As for running, why should everybody run? Running mechanics are human mechanics. If I'm able to run with proper form, with opposite arm, opposite legs, elbows in, driving, I'm able to create a more efficient human being who's going to be better at life. So God forbid they have to chase somebody down who steals their wife's purse or their purse. If they're a girl, they can chase after that fool, tackle them, and because they train with us, they will know how to lay the hat on them, overpower them, not only steal their purse back or take it back, but also give that criminal a butt whooping. Bottom line is we create athletes, we also create humans. The worst thing, here's a story. When I was at Exos, when I was doing my mentorship, there's a story. You guys know who Jackie Joyner-Kersee is, multiple-time gold medalist in the Olympics. So her husband was actually there doing some training after his career was done. And they were telling him, okay, just warm up on the trainers, it's just a normal warm up. So the coach isn't like examining, and this is a world-class athlete. So he's not sitting there like making sure everything's right. It's just a simple warm up. All right, I need you to run forward, just warm up, cool. All right, laterally, told me to do shuffles laterally. Fell off the damn treadmill. He'd been running in a single plane for so long that he could not move laterally. He could not move laterally. What does that do? You're gonna have muscular imbalances. Your joints are gonna be more susceptible to injury. Bottom line is the number one thing I do as a strength coach, as a performance coach, as a youth coach, as a coach of adults who just want to be better people, the number one thing I do is injury prevention. By creating a stronger, more pliable, more flexible, more mobile person, a person who's better and more efficient at movements, you're less likely to get hurt. Because at the end of the day, if you're hurt, you can't work right, you can't perform right, you're definitely not gonna make gains in the gym. And if you're an athlete at your peak, you're gonna lose months of training, which not only puts you behind, but sets you back. So it doesn't just stop time, it actually regresses you. And while your competition is moving forward, you're moving backwards. And then you gotta gain all that ground. And sometimes, think about it, the high school career is 4 years. We ain't got time for that. So yes, not only should all athletes run, all able-bodied human beings should run. When I say run, I mean sprint. Hill sprints, short 20 yards. I think everybody should sprint at least multiple times, 1 to 2 times, whatever you can a month. I'm not saying go out and sprint every day, but if you can't sprint, you're not a functional human being. That is my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. And if you work with us, if you work with me, legacyatcarbon.com, that's legacyatcarbon.com. Not only will you be getting the benefits of sprinting, but your form will be perfect, and you will be the healthiest, most functional, most, strongest, most amazing individual that you can be. All right, guys, thanks for watching. What is your opinion? Should everybody run? My answer is yes, but I think we should sprint. Anyway, guys, please like this video, subscribe to this channel, click on the notification bell. Be sure to buy all your sport nutrition supplements from tigerfitness.com, because I got bills to pay. Guys, tigerfitness.com, we're not a right-wing company trying to grift on the fact that Bud Light made an error, a very weird error in their marketing. We're not trying to grift on chocolate bars that went woke. Tiger Fitness is a family-owned company based in Lobliner, Ohio. Outright Bar, same thing. We are a family-owned business, an American family-owned business. So next time you need supplements, instead of going to another brand, instead of going to Amazon, go to tigerfitness.com and buy all your sport nutrition needs. If you're lazy and just like using Amazon, MTS Nutrition, Ambrosia, Outright Bar, all available on Amazon. And of course, support your local retailers. Today, I'm gonna shout out Natural Body in New York. My boy Steve, my boy Tim, good friends of mine, and they will give you everything you need. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Marc Lobliner. Please comment down below. The algorithm hates me. That's not a game.
I used to have to go through dozens of bottles of vitamins, of supplements, just to get what I need. Look, I'm busy. I'm running multiple businesses. I'm coaching. I'm a professional bodybuilder getting ready for my first pro show. I don't have time to sit there and do all that. I gotta go. I'm on the go all the time. That is why I created MTS Nutrition Immortal. Here's how they look. This replaces dozens of bottles of supplements. So let me tell you exactly what this has. It has probiotics, greens, liver detox, joint support, cardiovascular support, and the most complete multivitamin, multi-mineral supplement ever created. If you have a busy life or you simply want more time to do the things you love and be able to travel by just taking one simple little pack with you, Immortal's for you.